Welcome back, everybody. In this video, you will see us start to clear part of our land to make way for a Gothic style high tunnel like you see in this photo. Now ours will be much larger than the one pictured here. Ours is like 96 foot by 30 foot, so it's huge. We got a grant from the state of Indiana to buy this high tunnel, and we're really hoping it will increase our production here on the land, and I know it will definitely expand our growing season on into the colder months. Some people call it a hoop house, other people just call it a greenhouse, but I think the proper term is high tunnel, and we're really excited to get started on this. So you're going to see us clearing some space on our land and getting some holes dug with our handy dandy backhoe.
This is our John Deere 310C 4x4. Yeah, I know it's a little bit dirty. But this is the view.
So first things first, Frank got going using the forks that we have on the backhoe, which I'll show you here in just a moment, to start picking up things around this area that we need to move out of the way before we start leveling this off. For those of you that homestead on a budget like we do, you know that reclaimed metal and barnwood and things like that come in handy, but they do tend to kind of get piled up here and there, so we've got some cleaning up to do first.
These bolt on, and they're pretty stout. And if you get them set just right, they're amazing. It works so good. Parking brake. What I'm going to attempt to do is take all that black and push it up there and make a nice pile. So that's the goal. Maybe.
Now with the forks taken off that front bucket, Frank is going to work on pushing that blacktop up and out of the way so that we can get all this leveled off. Several years back, he was working for a local school, and they were actually tearing up their parking lot, and they were going to lay all new blacktop. And Frank had a pretty genius idea, said, hey, why don't you come and bring it to my property? Our driveway at the time desperately needed more stone, and that can be pretty pricey. So instead he had them bring the crushed up blacktop and lay it down for our driveway. And this area was kind of a little bit of a parking extension, and he pulls his trailer and other things up here. It's kind of had some weeds grow up through it this past season because we didn't keep it sprayed, but we're scooping it up and out of the way anyway because this is where the high tunnel is going to go. That shipping container in the background will get moved to a different part of the property temporarily, and then it's actually going to get buried for a storm shelter. And then that black building you kind of see off to the side there, that's actually going to become part of Frank's blacksmith shop, which will also be on the back part of the property. So eventually it will just be the nice high tunnel up here on this part of the land with a pumpkin patch extending off the back of that. That'll be fun. That'll be a whole nother video.
Okay. As you can see, we got it cleared. We're getting ready for layout for the hoop house.
Little Miss Pumpkin here is helping me show you all the metal that's going to make the frame for the high tunnel, or as Frank just called it, the hoop house, whatever you want to say. Anyways, right now it's just laying in the driveway in bundles. And there you can see the plastic. It's kind of folded up, and we've got some heavy stuff laying on it so it doesn't blow away before we can even get the high tunnel put up. So as you can see, Miss Pumpkin was also helping us out with our next step, which is to measure out the footprint of the high tunnel and put some stakes and string down to mark that off. Then we can start digging the gazillion million holes that it's going to take to put all of these different poles down in for the frame. So we started out bravely trying to just shovel dig these holes that need to go 3 foot into the ground, and then using some post hole diggers after we dug down so far. And we very quickly realized that we are both around 50 years old now, so we can't dig quite the same as we used to. They're gonna show up like an inch at a time. That's something, I guess.
Yep.
Got into some metal in there somewhere. Probably off our old farm equipment.
Oh, what? Ladies and gentlemen, the postal diggers are taller than she is. They are. Set them next to you. Let's prove it. Oh, so close.
Then on top of the digging by hand being way more work than what we wanted to get into, we went from this beautiful fall weather with the sun shining and, you know, the nice warmth in the afternoon to the next day it looking like this. And that really changed our plans pretty quickly. It got very cold here in Indiana, so we decided to start digging with a backhoe bucket and just get this job done. We also bought a ground auger, which you'll see in our next video. But before FedEx could get it dropped off, Frank went ahead and got started on our first pole, just taking off the top of the frozen earth with the backhoe bucket and then using a fence post driver to drive that first pole down in the ground, like I said, about 3 foot in. And then he's going to pour concrete around this one. And not every single pole will get concreted in, but every few will get concrete, and so that the structure is really stable and it will hold up against the high winds. You can see he's making sure that it's completely level. That's a pretty nifty little tool there. Got to make sure that it's nice and level so that your building is going to come together the right way. And then he's just going to mix concrete the old-fashioned way. Break the bag open with a garden hoe, pour it into a wheelbarrow and put some water in it. And yes, we do have a concrete mixer. You guys know that because you saw it in our last video, but I don't know. Sometimes Frank just likes to do things the old-fashioned way. Now, if you know anything about concrete, you know that it doesn't like to set in this kind of cold. So it helps that it's farther on down into the ground like that. But he is going to take an old moving blanket, throw it in on top of it, cover it up. And this isn't something that's going to just cure right away. It's tricky doing concrete when it gets cold like this. It can be done, but there are some tricks that you have to employ. Additives that can be added to the concrete to help it cure even when it's this cold. Things like that. But the fact is, we got to get this building up, and that's all that really matters right now. So you'll be seeing probably another few videos upcoming as we continue to work on this high tunnel, and we're just really excited to see what it's going to look like when it's all done.